2025 is our last year to vacation with kids under 18, well, until the grandkids are old enough. As part of our last hurrah before becoming empty nesters, we headed to Universal Studios in Florida. Hey folks, welcome to the Down the Road Travel Channel. My name is Will Van Winkle. As I've stated before, we've done a lot of theme parks. A lot. Because that's what these kids prefer. This time, we headed to Universal because one loves Harry Potter. We also hit Legoland because one loves Legoland or loved Legoland. And, of course, we did some Disney stuff, but I don't really have much video on that because I've done enough Disney videos, let's face it. Of course, enable notifications, follow the channel, subscribe to the channel rather, enable those notifications, and you'll get that information as soon as those videos come out on the Down the Road Travel Channel. The kids also love larger roller coasters. Now, with the 27-year-old being in Germany and the 25-year-old being just a little bit pregnant at the time, we didn't have to worry about them, so we tried to stuff Disney, Universal, and Legoland into one epic vacation in the summer in Florida. I never said we were smart. So in this video, we're going to explore Universal Studios. So our first stop was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Wandered down Diagon Alley while sipping on a butterbeer and shopping for wands. Take the Hogwarts Express over to Hogsmeade and escape from Gringotts in this magical land. To escape from Gringotts, you must be 42 inches or taller, 48 if you prefer to ride this 4D experience alone as you navigate under the dragon through subterranean vaults, all while trying to avoid He Who Must Not Be Named, trolls, and an assortment of other magical creatures, all trying to stop you from returning to Diagon Alley. I should point out that if you wish to ride the Hogwarts Express between platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station and Hogsmeade, you will need to have a park-to-park ticket and be accompanied by somebody over 48 inches if you are closer to the size of, say, a Cornish pixie. You can blast your way into VillainCon at Illuminations Minion Land. VillainCon is the new ride in this land. No height requirements, but no handheld infants are allowed, and under 48 inches need to have a supervising companion. Here you will use an X-Blaster to blast through your opponents. It's kind of a weird ride because you're standing on basically a conveyor belt shooting these guys with the gun. I want one of the guns, but the ride itself, it could have been a little bit faster, but I understand why they did it slow since you are standing. In Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, guests 40 inches or taller, 48 without supervision, can ride this unpredictable motion simulation ride on a trip through Groot is Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm in the wrong park. Gru, his super villain lab. Of course, things did not go as planned, as usual with the minions involved. Ogres and trolls and bears, oh my, we must be in DreamWorks land. Trolls roller coaster is suitable for riders at least 36 inches to 48 inches to ride alone. Ride a caterpillar trying to escape spiders on this family-friendly coaster. You can meet and talk with Shrek outside of his cottage, or see Po in an interactive animated kung fu instruction simulator. There is a play area, a swamp symphony, and so much more. Next, let's head over to Springfield, USA, home of The Simpsons, for a Krusty Burger and some fun. While there, you can hit Kang and Kudo's Twirl and Hurl. Love the name. There's no minimum height to blast into orbit with these aliens. You must be at least 48 inches to ride without supervision, however. Pilot your saucer at a whopping 13 miles an hour, soaring 10 feet off the ground. Kind of sounds like Dumbo. On the Simpsons ride, riders 40 inches and up, again 48 to ride without supervision, can take a motion simulated 4D experience through Krusty Land, a park within a park, I guess. You can also meet Sideshow Bob, have a drink at Moe's Tavern, or the Duff Brewery, play games, etc. So plenty to do. In Hollywood, not to be confused with Walt Disney World's Hollywood Studios, you can watch movie magic at a stunt show, horror makeup show, the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, kind of weird order to that in my opinion, but whatever. It has a 51-inch height requirement, and it is slated to close in August of 2025, so it should be closed by the time this video comes out to make way for a new attraction. But it was still open when we got there, and the climb was indeed a 90-degree straight up. Pick your song as this rockets down the track at 65 miles an hour. Sadly, by the time this video comes out, as I said, the ride will be closed. I'm not sure if they're retheming it or if they're tearing it down for something else though. So keep an eye on Universal's webpage and you'll get some more information with that. If it's just retheming the ride itself, the premise will stay the same and just the decor will change, I guess. San Francisco offers guests a chance to go on a high-speed chase, drink like a sea captain, or try some of San Francisco's favorite eats. Subscribe to the Down the Road Travel channel, enable notifications, and you know when my Universal Eats video comes out as well. Ride along with Dom and the crew on Fast and Furious Supercharged if you're 40 inches or taller on a street chase in supercharged cars. Now, I didn't go on this one, but from my wife's prior visit to Universal, this was my first time at Universal Studios, she said the Fast and Furious ride was more like the slow and mildly annoyed ride. So do with that information what you will. Apparently it does not move that quickly and it's not that furious. You can also enjoy anything from clam chowder to burgers while you're in the San Francisco area. Let's hear it from New York. 40 inches or taller, you can race through the streets of New York with Jimmy Fallon. For some reason. I don't think it's that funny. Dodge fireballs, beetles, and more while attempting to escape Imhotep on Revenge of the Mummy if you're 48 inches or taller. I didn't know that took place in New York. Sure, there's a reason. Or you can join Optimus Prime in the battle with Megatron and the Decepticons on the motion simulation 3D Transformers. And let's not forget, you can also travel into the future at World Expo. Join the Men in Black zapping aliens in your quest to become a full-fledged Men in Black agent. 42-inch minimum requirement. I mean, there has to be some standards to fight aliens, I guess. I wonder how tall the bugs are. I will admit, either we left off some of these areas or they just didn't stand out to us. While Diagon Alley was very well done, you were completely immersed in the theming. The other lands were just okay. In Minion Lands, for example, Gru's house was right across the street from a large warehouse looking structure, and I guess this is where VillainCon is now taking place. But around the corner was the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, the Cinephony, which features a long unused stage and amphitheater, and it's currently being used as a cool zone. I'm not understanding how it's being used as a cool zone because there are very few misting fans, absolutely no shade. I don't think they meant cool as in temperature, but rather a state of mind. That might be the justification for calling it a cool zone. I'm not really sure. It was very, very hot while we were there though. And that area didn't help. I mean, like, you could find a couple of misting fans in that area, but they weren't in the Cinephony stage area. So it was just kind of like around it. And like I said, absolutely no shade. There's also very little in the way of transitioning from one land to the next. Something they seem to have corrected with the new Epic Universe. Subscribe and enable those notifications because that video is going to be coming out pretty soon. So in Universal, however, you're in California in 1 minute, then whichever Springfield the Simpsons are located in, and then, I mean, you see how this is laid out. There's no transition area, which I will say is so much better at the Epic Universe. All in all, Universal, it was fun. I personally feel they relied a little too much on the virtual reality rides. So if that causes you issues like motion sickness, I'd say Islands of Adventure may be a little bit better of a choice for you. But you can also pick up some things to help with motion sickness, like those motion sick patches that you stick behind your ear. I've included Amazon affiliate links to those, as well as like cooling towels and other things that may help make your trip a little bit more enjoyable. And that's going to be in the video description there below. I feel like I left a lot out, but this trip was really a trip to experience the rides and not just stroll around and exploring the park and jumping on rides when we see fit, which is what we do over at Disney since we've had an annual pass for the past 12 months. In fact, we were out of both Universal parks we visited by, I think, about 6 or 7 p.m. at the latest. With Epic Universe having just been opened, Universal Studios itself was not quite as crowded as I had expected either. So with Epic Universe being brand new, Legoland was dead. I mean, they were like, the rides were pretty empty. Disney was nowhere near as packed as it used to be, or it normally is, and Universal Studios wasn't quite as crowded either. So summer of 2025 or even winter of 2025, that might be your best time to go to those other parks, saving Universal's Epic Universe for a later time, if time is of the essence for you. Let me know your thoughts on Universal Studios, on the crowds, things like that, in the comments below. And if you feel like I missed a key attraction at Universal Studios, please let me know so that I can check into it on my next trip. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road. Let's hit the road. Save my soul.